dream I know, deep up my feelings for you. Watch.
Hello reality viewers, welcome back again to Reality Latest Gist, the home of news and politics. For this channel, we dey drop news every day and we dey react to every videos wey comes our way. And na reality news now we dey drop for this channel, and we dey also dey talk am as e be. If today na the first time we say you dey come across this channel, you are highly welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. And if you are returning subscribers, I appreciate all of una for una massive support to this channel. I say may God bless all of una in Jesus name, amen. I get video wey I want present to una this very moment, and I go dey follow una dey watch the video. After we don watch am together, make we drop our opinion constructively for the comment section. Like our videos and also share our videos if possible. Bye for now.
Repositioning the judiciary to become more amicable, more endearing to the people, especially with the Oputa panel. On Monday, we're about to see a judiciary go into session as well, following the just concluded elections. First of all, I'm going to ask two questions very briefly. One, are you one of those who would love to ask that it should be broadcast, whatever's going on in the tribunal? Secondly, do you have faith in the judiciary that they will stand the test of time and follow through the laws, especially looking at what your father had done?
I think my father was one of the last Mohicans, one of the last people with integrity. There were a few of them, Justice Kaide Shaw, Justice Anyagolo. There were quite a few of them back in the days. And even as when he was alive, I used to argue with him that the way the judiciary is going, we had heated argument. I said, this is not the judiciary I used to know. It's going to the dogs. And he said, oh, have faith, have faith. I said, I don't have faith. And up till today, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. With what I see, I don't know. Nigeria reminds me of the Charly Boy show in a very negative way. You know, our buzzword at that time, anything can happen on the Charly Boy show, but good things, entertaining things. But this time around, anything can happen in Nigeria. You know, it's unfortunate how the system has gotten so bad, and young people who are in a disenfranchised position no longer have heroes they can look up to, they can emulate. In my own time, there was great value for, you know, honesty, integrity, be a man of your words. Your name was more important than all the money you can make. But it's a quick fix situation these days. Young people are not interested in working hard, and not because they're looking at leadership, and leadership is so botched and crooked and criminal. So parents are no longer on duty. You know, we live in a community. In my days, you know, the teachers, your community, your parent, we were all part of raising the kid, regardless of whose kid it is. Okay? You go do something for the next street, and somebody who knows your father will see you and say, no, your people don't behave like this. They'll caution you, discipline you, and send you back home, or take you back home. It doesn't happen anymore.
Sad situation. So, okay, back to you.
I think, of course, just before we get into, you know, brief discussions on politics, you know, we of course, are still trying to learn about your story. You've been, I mean, if you look across Nigeria's media space and political space, you know, you're one of those people that people would wonder, you know, how is he still so strong, you know, even in his 70s, you know, still has the energy of a 50-year-old or probably even less.
50? I thought you would say 30.
Oh, well, we could use 30 if we want. But I want to ask, you know, because I'm in my 30s. I want to ask, from your perspective, you've done life, you know, pretty well. Mm-hmm. What are the things that
And life has done me.
Well, it seems you're winning. But I want to ask, what are the things that you would say that, you know, ways that you could have done life different, right, that would maybe put you on a different path today? Health-wise, mostly, you know, are there things that you probably could have done different when you were younger, or done more of when you were younger, that you maybe would have been, you know, felt different today?
Well, like Joe said earlier on, I've been there, I've done that, I've seen all of that, and I'm happy for who I've become today. I don't want to change anything in my history, but I thank God, and that was through the teaching of my father, to be a man of discipline. He would always say, discipline, a man without discipline is dead. I didn't get it initially, but apart from the fact that I think 50% of how I arrived here health-wise is all because of my gene. I think I have damn good genes. My grandfather on my father's side lived till 106. My father lived till 99. My mom lived till 100. My father on my mother's side lived till 110. So there it goes. But I do not take those things for granted. I don't take my genes for granted. So I exercise frequently. I watch what I eat. I watch the people I hang with. I make sure they're, you know, they're very, very positive, forward-looking kind of people. And I cherish young people because there's a lot to learn from them. And I've been privileged to meet some exceptional, outstanding Nigerian youths who I've learned so much from. So if you put all of that in the mix, I think I'm doing pretty good, if I say so myself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, you've also been dubbed the president of frustrated Nigerians.
Because I'm frustrated.
Let's talk about the just concluded politics and the youth participation. What's your take on it, especially what just took place in February?
How do I describe the mood? You remember when Diane died, Princess Diane? You remember the year? It's been so long.
19.
Anyway.
Yeah, Charly.
I was in Ghana when that happened. And what overwhelmed me was people's sympathy, empathy about this princess. Ulo, the Caucasian, all the way in Britain, London, had nothing to do with Africa. But it seemed like the world was mourning for this princess. That's exactly what happened in Nigeria. After the 25th of February election, it was like we were speechless. After spending over 300 billion, yeah, after all the reassurances that was given to us, this is the best they can do. And I've never seen Nigeria so divided. I've never seen this kind of violence in my life. And for me, I was paralyzed, virtually paralyzed for a couple of days. Why? Because ever since, I've never remembered any day that I stood behind somebody and I'd say, that's the person. That's the person we should have. That's the person I support. I was never involved in politics like that. And then it looked like my dreams, everything was crushed, because I can't imagine me living in any other country than this country. And I can't imagine anything driving me away from this country, regardless how bad it gets. So it's for me to do all what I can possibly do to create the environment of my dream where I can feel at home. I won't need to look over my shoulders, and I can belong, be part of this one Nigeria. You know, So I felt very betrayed. Like I said, even before that, I don't want to get too emotional talking about politics because it aches me that that even the Stockholm mentality that I'm seeing right now with some people whose mumu is a family inheritance. I used to say, I've always maintained that the salvation of Nigeria lies in the hands of its exceptional people. Who are those people? They're the youths. I believe so much in them. I believe if this country will ever change, and it will change, that is the youth who are going to fix it. So I'm sort of hopeful because what is man without hope? I'm hopeful that some miracle is going to happen. I'm hopeful about my dream of a new Nigeria. I'm hopeful because now I can see that there's some rise in consciousness with this youth who I believe so much in that can rescue us.
So, okay, back to you.
For the youths to rescue, if they aren't given positions of power, if they're not allowed to find themselves in places where they can actually...
nobody gives you anything.
Yeah,
and the youths that I see now,
I agree,
are ready to grab it.
I agree.
By whichever means, because the youths are more intelligent, they're more in numbers. And look at which group of people have made Nigeria so proud. Why is it that when young people leave the shores of this country, they spread their wings, they prosper? Because there's something wrong with the system. And the only people, listen, I played my role, though I'm still playing a certain kind of role as the area father. But the strength I had some 30 years ago, I don't have it no longer. So who do I rely on? It's still the same youth. Nobody gives you nothing. And it will come to a stage, it's do or die. The youths nobody gives you power. Nobody gives you power. No.
I'm completely in agreement with you, but people would also argue that you need to love Nigeria enough for you to get to a do or die stage, and be willing to fight with everything that you have, including your life, for a better Nigeria.
But he who is down needs fear no fall. I mean, if I cannot japa, I don't have anywhere to go. I'm pushed against the wall. What do you think? I mean, the so-called bourgeois or the elites or the criminals in power who think that they're all secured, it can't be like that forever for them.
Just one quick one. I don't know if you can quickly speak on this. In the last couple of weeks, we've heard from different corners, people make statements like, a president has been, elected, let it go, pray for a better Nigeria, let's support whoever it is that, has been elected, no need to, be going to court and be wasting time. I think Bishop Onayekon was is the last person who has come under a lot of criticism because he made statements, about the tribunal and saying that nobody should be sworn in when there's still a tribunal process to go through. So I don't know if you can quickly share your response to those who say, let it go. Someone has been elected, let's pray and support him.
Let it go, that's a lot of BS. It stinks. Let it go is to say, oh, let's continue the way we have rolled all these years by not adhering to the rules that we make for ourselves. Okay? That is part of Nigerians' problem. That is a lawless place. So when you have a lawless election, that was not an election but a selection, and you say let it go. So the one that you selected, on what is he going to swear about? To follow which rules? Is it the one he makes himself? Or the one that guides everybody? So let it go. It's a very dumb ass shit to say, because you're still saying, forget, okay, somebody has managed to steal my things. Somebody comes and takes your wife, sleeps with your wife, and he tells you, let it go. If now you go Gree, you where they ask me question, you go Gree, let it go. On what grounds?
I'm sure this conversation can get even more I'll put it that way, heated as we move further. But because of time,